We live in a broken world. As a result, many of us have experienced some pretty hard things. Some of us have lost our trust in others, and often we would lose our trust in God as a result. Because of this, faithfulness is kind of one of a hard concept or a hard character trait to really get our heads around, to really grasp a hold of, to really possess. It's one thing to simply believe in God, but it's another thing to be faithful to Him. I mean, the Bible says that the devils believe and they tremble. And there's a big difference between the way the devils believe and the way we might wholly depend upon Him, put all our weight upon Him, trust Him, depend, just fully all in. And as a result of that, you become faithful to Him. When we are truly faithful to God, it shapes the rest of our life. It just shapes us. Think about the ways that you show your faithfulness to God. Are there things that get in the way of your faithfulness? What areas of your life have you maybe not given over to Him or spent, have you spent time asking Him to show you what are some of those things that you are still not faithful in, so that He can help you grow in your faithfulness? Galatians 5:22-23 is the area that we've been studying, looking at the fruit of the Spirit as part of the roots and the fruits of our spiritual life. That verse says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. The Greek word for faith there, pistis, it's used actually for faith and for faithfulness. In the fruit of the Spirit, it tends to carry this more of this meaning of faithfulness, being trustworthiness, reliability. But what's interesting about it is about the word pistis is that it's always a gift of God. It's never something that we can produce or we can work up. For the believer, it is God working in us, God's divine persuasion. It's very distinct from a human belief or a confidence. It involves that, so there's kind of a partnership with God, but it continually is birthed from God as we yield to Him, and He grows it in us so that we can know what He prefers. So how does one develop this thing? Well, you kind of don't. God does it in you. That's why it's called the fruit of the Spirit. But you, as you allow Him to grow it in you, as you yield to Him, it grows, especially when you're tested in it. When you're tested in your faithfulness, and then you're given a little bit more. When you're faithful in little, remember, you receive more. More will be given, and so it goes on and continues. We believe God. We trust God. We believe that He, and trust that He always has our good in mind, that He always has our best interests at heart. We trust that we are ultimately safe, and that He loves us, and that He's for us. We trust that He's always with us, for us, in us, and is there. He's always for us. And actually, faith and trust are pretty interchangeable. So we want to trust God today so that we can continue to grow in faith as we yield to Him. That's the key. Philippians 2:14. I love this verse and the following. It says, "Do all things without grumbling or disputing." See, that's being faithful. Why? That you may be blameless and innocent children of God, without blemish, in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine like stars in the universe, as you hold out the word of life, so that in that day the day of Christ, I may be proud that I did not run in vain or labor in vain. You shine like stars in the universe. Stars don't work it up. It's their natural thing to do, is shine and reflect the light of God. So when we're out there and we are shining, it's not that we're going, there's a fruit. No, it's a natural outflow of yielding to God, trusting in God, believing in God. He will do it for us.